5 key elements of Pilates. These are basic principles which run throughout all of the Pilates exercises. The key elements are head and neck placement, shoulder blades and rib cage placement, neutral spine, centering and breathing. To practice the 5 key elements, we're going to lay on our backs. We call this the rest position. Your knees should be bent and your feet and knees about hip joint distance apart. First, we're going to think about head and neck placement. We want the bumpy bit at the base of the skull to be in contact with the floor. If you feel that due to tightness in the neck or the shoulders that this is a little bit too difficult, you can use a block or a folded up towel just to place underneath the head there to help you to achieve the position. Next, we're going to think about shoulder blade and rib cage placement. If you take both arms up towards the ceiling, fingertips reaching up, we're going to stretch and then pull the shoulders back down. Reach up towards the ceiling and then pull back down. Each time you pull back down, feel the shoulder blades press in towards the mat. You're going to reach and pull back. With the shoulder blades just gently pressed in towards the floor, you can then relax your arms down by your side and imagine that your rib cage is just melting in towards the floor. With head and neck placement, shoulder blade and rib cage placement, we then want to move on and think about your neutral spine. Neutral is a position which is halfway between a backwards and a forwards pelvic tilt. To find this, if you can press your lower back down towards the floor, which is a backwards pelvic tilt, and then go in the opposite direction, creating a hollow in the small of your back. This is a forwards pelvic tilt. Neutral is halfway between those two ranges. It's going to be slightly different for everyone, but when you've found that full range of forwards and backwards tilt, then pick the position which is halfway, and that will give you neutral. Once you've found neutral, with your shoulders relaxed and feeling as if you're being lifted up through the crown of the head, we can then think about centering. Centering brings in the muscles around the waist. Imagine that you've got some springs which are connected from the bottom of the ribs to the top of the pelvis, and I want you just to gently tighten those springs whilst maintaining your neutral spine. With a neutral spine and center engaged, we can then think about breathing. When we breathe in Pilates, we want to breathe wide and full into the bottom of the ribs. Place your hands at the bottom of the rib cage. Take a breath in and try to feel your hands move apart. As you breathe out, exhale through the mouth and make sure that your shoulders are relaxed and you're centering. We're going to breathe in and out. In, fill to the bottom of the ribs. Out, relax the shoulders. Control through center. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Well done. So to recap, our 5 key elements are head and neck placement, shoulder blade and rib cage placement, neutral spine, centering and breathing.